up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love, roll the dice. 50-50, we cold as ice. One thing cold, for the penny town red. Can't let that shit down in my hand, war gaming.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Hobby Homies. We are your weekly tabletop podcast. I'm Shane, hanging out with Fox.
That's me. I live here. Oh, I haven't told you. I've been sleeping under the battle report table.
I thought it smelled funny in here. We have Churchy.
Hey.
In the void.
Accurate.
And today in our studio audience, we have Rory.
Rory, make some generic studio audience noise.
But do it loud because you're not mic'd up.
Applause. We need an applause light.
We've got it. We don't need a light. We have Rory. Rory, every time we say something mildly interesting, please clap profusely. He's good.
He's so good, right?
Not too good, though. We don't want to have to,
Pay him.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, he's getting too good at this. Oh, no. He's vibing.
He's vibing.
What are we doing? We're going to talk about a game today.
We are talking about a game today. A game called Reign Absolute.
Yes.
Yep.
First of all, I want to know just quickly, how on earth did you find out about this?
I found out about this from PAX.
PAX?
PAX the convention.
All right. Sometimes you say PAX. I think you mean PAXMU.
Kind of. But
Yeah.
babies can't talk.
Wow. Through the symbiotic relationship PAXMU has with Pax and Vumu.
Okay, of course. Well, Vumu is actually how I found out about this, but he had in turn forgotten about it when I eventually got around to playing it. It'd been that long.
Right. And for those who may be new or confused in general,
I'm confused.
these are people from our Discord. And you know what I was thinking is very cool? That not only do we have people in our Discord, that's cool, and that hasn't lost its novelty from the first people that joined in 2020.
Right? Like Final Dinosaur was probably one of the first.
Yeah, and Test.
Yep.
And
Harrison.
I feel like MJ was pretty early on.
Pretty early.
Who from that era?
Oh, man. So many.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
most of the OGs that are still kicking are from that era.
which is crazy that it's 4 years later and you're still here, still in our Discord, still sharing your hobby.
Yeah.
But it's cool because we know these people. We've gone camping with them. We've been to their house. We've not been murdered by any of them.
No, we've stayed at a few of their houses and are still have all our organs.
Yeah, even Ollie's basement, although I've never been in there.
Oh, it's nice.
Is it? I'll have to ask you about that later, off the air. But it's cool because, we've got Don Juan Don, who survived an eclipse.
Yep.
Which is incredible.
An eclipse is a sign of the end times.
Exactly. And he survived it. So I guess it's like Y2K. It just didn't happen.
Everyone
fire.
just spent all this money and
And then what?
clocks just ticked over.
Do you think people spent money on the eclipse?
Oh, no, the eclipse, no.
Yeah, imagine.
Y2K, yes.
Yeah, fair enough. Yes. The
I'd sell Y2K insurance.
Yeah, big time.
Yep.
What about eclipse insurance? This is a possible business venture for us.
Well, solar flares,
Yeah, what about them?
they're coming, bro.
How do you know? Doesn't matter. We could sell that. We could market that.
Yeah.
Anyways, it is cool.
Yep.
It is cool. We got homies. They're all doing stuff. MJ just got off a cruise, which she managed to paint hobby on.
Right?
Which I've been on 2 cruises and bought hobby stuff both times.
Yep.
And I haven't painted a lick of anything.
I've been on one cruise and did not bring hobby, but wish so badly that I did.
You see, I thought I would do that.
Yeah.
And so I bought stuff. And I wished I had hobby, but I was like, I just made excuses.
Yeah.
But I saw a picture of MJ's cabin window. And in the corner were the paints that she bought. I normally bring 5 or 6 paints, the ones I know I need. And
yeah.
I'll just do the capes.
Yeah.
And that'll be a big win.
Yeah.
I think she brought 200 paints. I'll be honest. I think it was just paints.
Yeah.
The ship was going it was tilting to the paint side.
Fair.
So anyway, very cool.
Yeah. And then there's things like Ollie running RPG campaigns for us.
Yes.
In the Discord.
So he's printing some tiny things for you.
Yeah. We're getting full into 15mm Napoleonics.
You told me about
Happening.
that, and then you showed me that, and I was like, and you kept saying, "Oh, we're gonna play." I was like, "I'm not scheduled for this." Who are you talking about? And then Ollie sent me a picture of what he was printing. I was like, "There's your partner in a different state."
Yep. We'll make it work.
But he is coming.
He is coming.
He is coming.
With the British.
Yeah.
The redcoats are coming.
Excellent. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So if you're a human and you exist and you want to share your hobby with other hobby people and actually make friends. That's kind of cool. I didn't think that would happen.
That is so cool, right?
Yeah.
Like lifelong friends.
Actual lifelong
Yep.
friends.
Yeah.
One of our homies had a baby not long ago, Lethal.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've been messaging him just like, are you alive, dude? Are you sleeping?
Like he had the baby.
He had the baby.
Wow, that's a miracle.
Yeah, well, he had it, and now he's not sleeping.
Okay.
So. He didn't know it was his wife.
Of
I
course.
mean, they had the baby.
They had it together.
Together. Well, not together,
made
obviously.
it
She
together.
had it. They made it together. Yeah.
Maybe.
That part they did. Well, yeah, I assume so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anyways, if you want to have a baby, jump in the Discord.
That easy.
So tell me about this game that one of our Discordians made you aware of.
Yeah. So
Rain
it's
Absolute,
been
by the way.
so long, dude. I can't really remember, but it was at PAX. I saw the booth. I spoke to the people at the booth. It was like this kind of deal where you buy that game, you buy their other game, and you get like an expansion in the post for free X amount of time later.
Right, okay.
And that mini expansion is like one of the armies in this game. So this game is primarily a card game inspired war game.
Yes.
Like you move cards around a gridded table.
Yeah.
Now you don't have, I mean, you could have a mat with grids on it. You could draw grids up if you want to, but you kind of just place everything during setup and you get a rough idea of how the grids work.
It's kind of like Carcassonne in that regard, isn't it?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. So yeah,
Put tiles down, they just got to be adjacent to other square tiles, and
Absolutely.
that therein makes a grid.
yeah, and then like you can move away. You end up with empty spaces in between tiles and such, but you're constantly moving these cards around. Cards are generally played face down, so it's like a kind of a bluffing stealth kind of game as well. And yeah, like it's super simple, straightforward. Your turn is comprised of two actions, where it's like you either move or attack.
Oh, right.
And after doing an action, you draw a reinforcement card, which then like buffs your card.
Yeah.
Or it might have an ability where you can like peek at your opponent's one of their cards.
Yeah, okay. I'm having flashbacks because I played this once. Like, I also saw it at PAX.
Yeah.
I can't remember which PAX. It would have been maybe like the first one that they did. I feel like it was the first time they'd done this game, Rain Absolute.
Yeah, like 2017 or something.
Yeah,
Or-
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw it at maybe it was 2016.
Yeah, maybe.
And that was like the one that League of Legends was there, and I just stumbled into the
Yep.
tabletop area, and I was like, oh, all of this seems very strange.
This
to me.
isn't StarCraft Warhammer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then this game caught me because it looked very easy.
Yep.
And so my mate bought a little box like this, but it looked different. It looked like, had like little axes on it. Maybe that's their first one, like a little
Yeah,
Viking
so that's
looking.
the Umbrus edition, which I think is like all the cards are smaller.
So this one that I'm holding is the Umbrus edition.
Yeah. I think the original one is larger. It's probably got different art and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is larger actually. Like the other one is like basically full size. This
Okay,
box.
so the cards are the size of that box.
I thought
Yep.
it was. Yeah, for
Yep.
sure.
And that's an
So-
expansion, so that comes with like 4 different factions in there.
That's interesting. That was what was. So there's like a little shield with two axes on
Yep.
this expansion.
That's
saying,
the Raider faction, so they're like Vikings.
That's right. You did
Yep.
play as Vikings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So it's the same game, but these are smaller. So I wonder
Yeah.
if this is complete. Like, does this go with the other one?
Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't know, but like there's multiple factions out now. Like the base game comes with like 4. That box comes with 4, and I think there's a blood elf faction, which is the one that I sort of received in the post a while later.
Yeah.
And I saw on the website there's dwarves, but it's not in either of them, and I don't know where to buy it from. So
Sure. Okay.
yeah, but each faction, operates quite uniquely. Like some of them are very soft. Like elves are generally weaker, but they can receive 2 reinforcement cards, so you can buff your models quicker.
Oh, sure.
Models. Again, I'm probably gonna say models every time, but
But you mean
unit cardboard.
Yeah.
the unit.
But why male models? Yeah, fair enough. We forgive you in advance for all the times you
I
say
mean,
models.
you do, but to the listeners,
I think I speak on behalf of the listeners where
okay, thank you, listeners.
when I say we don't care what you say or how you say it.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
That
Takes
makes my
pressure
life
off.
easy.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I'm looking at what I think is like buffing cards. So
Yeah.
do you first place all the cards face down. That seems familiar to me.
You do. So you shuffle your deck. Some factions have a setup requirement or setup method.
Yeah.
And you set your deck up in that order, or you just shuffle it.
Yeah.
And then you place, you draw a card which has a little random number in the bottom left-hand corner, which is like the way of determining who goes first.
Kind of like the initiative.
It's kind of like a dice roll. Yeah,
Sure.
the initiative. So you draw, whoever wins that, then places theirs
Face down.
face down.
Yeah.
If that's what their faction says to do.
Yeah.
And then, the opponent places theirs. And then from there on, every card that you place has to be touching one of yours.
Yeah.
And then you sort of lay out your battlefield, and then the game begins.
And when the game begins, do then you just go and flip all of your cards?
Nope. Everything stays face down,
Oh, it's all hidden.
and it's all hidden. So everything you move around, some cards will have you swap cards, units.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to try and remember, okay, that card there attacked me last turn and it won. I think it was a strength 6 with a +1 attack.
Right.
But now my opponent's put 2 more cards under it, so they could be either defensive or offensive cards.
Sure.
Or things like some reinforcement cards have like a card which negates all of your buff cards.
Right.
And there's a whole bunch of other things there that you can sort of tuck under your card and move it around as one. And then, you might draw a card which then you can peek at one. So you can flip it over, see what it's got, and then put it back down, face down again.
So can you look at your cards at any time?
Any time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say,
Yeah.
man, it would be a nightmare to like try and remember
Yeah.
yours and be like, all right, what is that? Yeah. So that makes sense.
It's hard enough remembering your own, let alone where your opponents are as well.
I would be constantly picking up cards. I know if I played this game right now with you, I would pick up the same card back to back multiple times a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah. It's like,
I'll
oh
be
yeah,
like,
of course,
all
that's
right,
that.
All right, so that's that. I put it down. I go, all right, it's 4. Okay. All right. Wait, what was
It's like when you
it's
take your
4,
phone out of
yeah.
your pocket, check the time, put it back, and then check the time again. Cause
Yeah.
you checked the time, but you didn't.
You checked the
actually
time,
check
but
the
saw a
time.
notification and checked that instead, and then put it away. Like, oh,
Yeah.
wait, what's the time?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Well, why would they be calling me? Anyways, wait, what's the time? That's
Yeah.
what I would do with these cards.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So it has that bluffing. So you kind of like, you might put a couple of extra buff cards on one particular card, and then your opponent might think that's got to be their leader because they're liege, right?
Yeah.
That when you defeat the liege or the leader,
Yeah.
that you lose. If your leader dies, you lose.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
a big part of it is hiding or obfuscating where the leader is.
Yeah, but the leader's generally quite powerful, so
Yeah.
you might want to fight with him or her a
Yeah.
bit,
Yeah.
So it's kind of that whole bluffing thing, and then you might swap your cards around, and it's just got a really unique mechanic to it that you don't see in like a war game.
Yeah, I like that it's almost got a fog of war aspect to it as well. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
And like, it's cool that you can attack something, know what it is, but then your opponent has ways around that too. Like, first of all, it could move it somehow.
Yep.
How does moving work?
So moving is really simple. So you just move one space, one card space.
Okay, but what if you're like locked in with adjacent things all around you?
Then you can't move. Then you have to just attack, and an attack is you basically move onto your opponent.
Sure.
Flip your card over,
Yeah.
reveal your score, your strength.
Yeah.
And then the opponent does the same thing, reveals theirs. There's defense bonuses and offense bonuses.
You resolve all
obviously,
that?
Yeah, if you're attacking, defense bonuses don't apply to you. If you're
Yep.
being attacked, offensive bonuses don't apply to you.
Sure.
So you sort of add up all your score, and the greater number wins.
Yeah.
If it's a tie, you both die.
Oh, both die.
Yeah.
Cool. So what? And then, so say I attack you, my thing dies. Does that just leave that like a space there?
No, so then if I've attacked you,
No, I've attacked
so you attacked me?
and I died.
Yeah.
There's a space just
Yeah.
chills there.
Yeah.
And so now something that was previously locked in potentially could move
Can now
into
move
that
into
spot.
that empty space.
But so
Yep.
could you.
Yes, that's right.
Furthering your assault on my liege. How dare you? You've got me figured out.
I will
man.
assault him.
So this says, what I like about this is it under players it says yes. It says 2+.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reign Absolute is designed as a 2-player game. However, the game can be expanded to use all factions in a 3+ player game. I remember when we played it originally, there was like 6 of us.
Wow. Yeah, right.
And that was the original game because I feel like it was the same thing. It was a box that had 4 factions.
Yep.
And then it had like an expansion that had 2 more factions.
Okay.
And we played all of them, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
I wonder how. I mean, I know you don't know the answer to this, but I wonder how this differs to the other one, apart from having smaller cards.
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I'm sure there is something different to it. You know, if you're saying that the cards, the first edition cards are the size of the box, which isn't that much larger than the actual cards that come in it.
No, yeah,
Probably twice the size.
yeah, for sure. This does say streamlined warfare rules.
Okay.
So potentially, when they say streamlined, they mean over their previous edition. I'm not too sure.
Possibly their previous edition was a bit more convoluted.
That's cool.
This is really basic.
I like that it does have like faction overviews though. So like your factions actually have flavors
Yeah.
of how they play. The
Yep.
art looks fantastic. I thought they were going to be black and white, but these ones are red.
That's the blood elves. So that was an extra expansion that I
Oh, that's really cool.
received in the post.
How much is it like for this little box thing?
Oh man, I'm trying to remember. At PAX, I'm pretty sure I paid $50 for those 2 and another game,
Awesome.
which
So-
is set in the same sort of universe.
And how many times have you played this?
With Caitlin, maybe 10 times now.
10 times.
Yeah.
Must be good.
Oh, it's great. She loves it.
Oh, really?
Like, it was one of those games where I'm like, let's play this. And she's like, I'd rather play like something else. I'm
Yeah.
like, just come on, let's just learn it together, right? And after the first game, she's like, can we play again?
Yeah,
Can
and-
we play again?
Does the replayability, like, how much does it lean on having so many different factions to make it replayable? Would you play 10 times if there was only 2 factions?
I'd say yes.
Interesting.
I'd say
That's
yes.
Good.
I've only played with 3 different factions
Sure.
since having it, and Caitlin's played with 3 also, actually.
Yeah, awesome.
Well, I mean, I guess you'd say 2 because blood elves and regular elves.
Right.
And then she played with orcs.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Orcs have an interesting mechanic where instead of having one card, which is your leader, you first deploy your all your units,
Yeah.
and then you nominate one of them to be your warlord.
Right.
And when he dies, you nominate the next one to be your warlord.
Oh, that's cool.
It's kind of like a like a line of succession, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
then, like, until the last little orclet or goblin
Yeah.
dies, the orcs have a leader. So the only way to kill them is to defeat all of their units.
So orcs, you have to kill everything.
Yeah.
You have to run over
have
them.
to, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That's cool. What are some of the, if you can remember, what some of the other unique faction plays?
Yep.
What do you call
So
it? Mechanics?
mechanics.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
Elves have a great one. So elves have a like a tree of life or something. I can't remember what they call it.
Oh, like an actual tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not like a
So-
tech tree.
No, like a
physical
physical tree.
tree.
Yep. So that's the last card you play. So
Botanical in nature.
very.
I just want to make sure we're on the same page.
Very.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Photosynthesis.
Much
Oh,
photosynthesis.
okay, cool.
So you shuffle your
Leaf.
It have leaf. Are you done?
Yeah, no, I'm dumb.
Are you
I'm done. I am dumb.
Good. So you shuffle your deck, and then that's the last card that you place. So you place all your units, and then you place that. And the back of that card is different to the rest. So your opponent knows that's the tree. Because the tree can't move.
Yeah.
It's not in a pot.
Right.
It's not being pulled around like by little elves.
Sure.
It's planted there.
It's not a pot plant.
No.
It's a tree.
It's a plant.
Yeah, it's a tree. It's planted
Yeah.
in the
Planted
ground.
firmly in the earth.
Okay.
And that tree, for whilst it's alive, allows you to draw 2 reinforcement cards after every
Ooh.
action.
So you want to go, I mean, ideally you want to go cut down that tree ASAP.
Oh, you want to fall that tree so hard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool. Wait. But the tree doesn't win the game. They still also have a liege.
They still also have a queen. I think they use a blood queen and a
Blood
queen. So
They
yeah,
play
you
very
kind of-
similar elves and blood elves?
They do. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Couple of different units, but then they've got a couple of abilities where, like, when you're attacked, or is it any combat, either. But you will draw 2 reinforcement cards and then apply those as well.
Wow.
So I think that's on the when you're being attacked, I'm pretty sure you draw those. So it's kind of like a really good defensive measure. You might draw 2 garbage cards and then you're dead.
Sure.
But you might also draw like 2 really good defensive cards, and then you'll win that combat and defeat the attacker.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah, so each faction is slightly different. Some of them are kind of like stock standard where they have no special deployment methods, but their units will vary a lot.
Sure.
I found playing as the Raiders, the Vikings, they were very, very strong in the offense. Some of them were there was one that was like a berserker, which is like a strength 4, but it's like a +5 on the attack.
Oh, wow.
So being attacked it's garbage, but attacking, it could defeat most leaders in like the one go if you got to them before they got too buffed.
And that's just like, I'm on their website now, actually. Spitting through the different races. You know what's interesting on their website? It looks like maybe, this is the newest version, but it's kind of, I don't know if it's the only one they're pushing. Like it's their main thing now.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're sort of using this as a 2.0, a bit of a replacement to the first one. I'm trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But so the Undead was also a great faction. Like you have one like white or necromancer, whatever they're called, and then everything else is skeletons.
Oh, yeah.
And you have graveyard cards, and you flip the graveyard cards into skeletons. And I posted a photo in the Discord. I was playing the game, and everyone's like, huh. A lot of graveyards there. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Like, okay, yeah, this card's not selling. This photo's not selling this game, right? There's more to it than just graveyard cards.
Yeah. That is funny. That was the picture you chose to take was, hey guys, look at this game where every card is exactly the same.
Yeah, right. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like, okay, yeah. People are going to be like, what the hell is this guy doing?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I saw dwarves. Do you know what they do?
No. I haven't got the dwarf faction. I don't know where you get it from.
Oh, right. You just said that before.
Yeah, I did.
Wow. I'll tell you, man.
Tell me how I can get dwarves.
Well, if you want dwarves... Oh, no. This just tells you what dwarves are. This doesn't actually tell you how to get them. But their strategies, their naturally high defense provides the dwarves with the opportunity to strengthen their forces to the point where they can attack the higher strength units from other races. Interesting.
Sure.
Okay, cool.
Nice.
That's very ambiguous. But yeah, that didn't tell us at all how to buy it.
No.
Interesting. Anyways, it's not a TCG, which is nice that it is just a living thing. Like, you get 4 races in this box.
Yep.
And then you can play with that.
Yep.
And then you can get 4 more. There must be another expansion then, because you're missing one of the other races. Anyways.
Yep.
That's neither here nor there. People could check that out if they want to play this game.
Indeed.
So you would rate this?
I actually highly rate it. And like, I can't imagine it's more than, I don't know, $25, $30 maybe.
Okay.
I don't know where you buy it because I couldn't see a way to buy it on the website.
Yeah, I just went there trying to find out. So that's part of the game, though, is the mystery of purchasing it, trying to figure out how to do that.
Got my money's worth.
Yeah, it's like an escape room, man. You got to figure it out yourself. You got to go on the journey.
Yep.
Very cool.
So yeah, it's an awesome little game that, like, on the outside looks like nothing. You know, like the arts are very cool. Don't get me wrong, but like it took me so long to play it.
Yeah, because you just went, oh, that's cool, whatever, a little game.
Yeah, like I didn't even. These were in shrimp until like Easter weekend.
Oh wow, that's recent.
Yeah,
she's been slaying it.
Yeah.
What's cool is like I find that the tricky thing with games like that you buy, it's like usually you've kind of already got your games. And you've got your games for the people that you play with and the time that you have. Yeah. So you're like, all right, I'm playing with 4 strategically minded nerds. I'm going to be playing Root, Sidril, whatever.
Yeah,
we got our games. If we want something a bit lighter, we'll go Dead of Winter, Far Shore, something like that. Yeah. That still scratch that strategic itch, but it's like if you're playing, you want something a little bit more your speed instead of playing Carcassonne with Caitlin. Yeah. Very similar, obviously, tile placement, probably time frame and complexity. Yeah. So it's good that it fills that. Now you'll never play Carcassonne, which means I can have it.
I got a few expansions.
Oh, there you go.
Got sheep expansion.
What do you mean? I've never played it, but there's sheep.
There's a sheep expansion.
So there wasn't sheep originally. Anyway, this is not a Carcassonne episode.
We've done one of those.
So if you have played this and know more about like where the thing I'm most confused about is how this differs from the original one I played. Yep. These are things unanswered that only the people watching, listening, can answer for us in the comments or in our Discord.
I think Vuma has played the original because he didn't recognize that.
Yeah, I didn't recognize this either. When I was a little bit worried when you're like, oh, we're going to talk about Reign Absolute. I was like, yeah, cool. And then you showed me this and I was like, this is
that's not Reign Absolute.
A different game. It wasn't until I saw that logo of the... so you said that's the Raiders. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure that was the box. Like that was maybe. On the original one. Yep. So thank goodness that I breathed a sigh of relief. So, yeah, if you all know Does this differ from the original? Is it better? Is it a replacement, or is it like, oh, you pick two different types of playing Reign Absolute?
Yeah.
And how does Shane get the dwarves?
How do I get the dwarves?
How does he get them? Someone tell us. How do
We're
we
going to buy the dwarves.
Also, how do we buy the game?
Where do we buy the game from?
I need these answers in 1, 2, 3.
PAX again.
Yeah, you got to go to PAX every year.
Have to.
We'll see you there, Melbourne PAX 2024.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thank you to our homies, as we mentioned earlier. Y'all are our homies, like our actual homies, and that's cool.
It is very cool. It's been a wild journey.
Yeah.
There's so many awesome people that we wouldn't have met if it wasn't for the Discord server and all that. So it's just, it's awesome. It's amazing. It blows my mind that even people like in the States and that, like all across the globe.
Yeah, facts. In fact, there's nothing better than the Discord's 24/7 because when I get up in 2 a.m. to feed my daughter, I'll jump on and the Discord will be popping.
Oh, right.
And the Americans are just up and chirping. Up and chirping.
Yep.
And so I catch up on that's like the American Discord.
Yeah.
And then in the morning when I wake up again, it's like, oh, back to the Australian Discord.
Yep.
So,
I was on night shift and it was 2:45 or something our time. And I'm like, it's probably a good time in the States. I'm like, hope you're all having a good day.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I saw that actually. You're like, was that when you're like, oh, it's 2:42 here?
Yeah.
And
I was covered in mud.
I'm wet.
Yep. Oh, so
You're a wet boy.
so wet.
So wet.
Not in the
That's
good
how
kind
good
either.
Reign Absolute is and
Yep.
the Death and Disorder expansion. And for as little as $2 a month, you can also be our friends.
Yeah, you can pay to be our friend.
Sure, I'll
Yep.
take it. Normally we pay other people, so that's a nice change of pace.
Spices things up, right?
I think so. I think my annual subscription to you is coming up soon. So
Yeah, it's
we'll have to talk about that.
2 weeks' time.
I was thinking about cancelling.
Oh,
Yeah, I just think,
you know what? I'll give you 1 month for free to reconsider.
yeah. I don't want to leave my credit card details though. I'll take the free month.
You have to,
But
though.
no. I don't want to get
For a
an auto
30-day
renewal.
extension,
No,
you
no,
have
no.
to leave your credit card.
No,
details.
I don't want to. No, it's fine. I'll just cancel early. I'll get a lease payout. I'll get I'll break the lease and maybe Rory could pick it up or something.
Okay, yeah.
You know what? This has been a shit episode. He hasn't clapped once.
Oh, cancellation fee. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'll pay it. Whatever it is, it's worth it.
10 years.
Thank you to our patrons.
Massive thank you to our patrons.
Huh?
I don't even know, dude. I'm
did
so
you say?
tired.
What did you
Massive
say?
thank you to our patrons. For $2 a month to get early access to videos like this, battle reports, stuff we do on our other channel. So check out that link in the description.
Yep.
So big shout out to the goats. We have Burnsy, Final Dinosaur, Gridlock, Axe Annex, MJ, Test Dummy, Black Apollo, Journeyman.
We got the OGs, Brandon W, Moose, Elko, Churchy, thanks Churchy, Rad Rooster, Ollie, Hockers, Penny, Aggro, Don Hua Don, Pure Blind, Jackson V, Fat Boy, Nathan A, Mini Warmer, and Big Roach. Thank you all for your continued support. Your money goes directly to Shane's pocket. He uses it for games like this so that he can play with his wife.
That's not true.
Isn't it? Oh, okay.
Not entirely.
Well, anyways, thank you so much.
See you next week. Bye-bye.
Woo! Big up to the boys, Fox and Shane. Set your minds free, no locks and chains. Do what you love.